breathe in, swim in the cosmic vibration of everything around you. Find stillness in it and listen. Welcome to our compassionate yoga practice that embodies the principles of ahimsa, self-love, and being a light in this world. Through this yoga practice today, we will focus on connecting to our hearts in order to cultivate a sense of inner peace and harmony, connecting with our inner selves to embrace the light within us so we can shine it out to all and everyone in this world. Hello, my friends. I have a really important announcement to make. The Karma Project is here and it is live.
I met my second family here in the Congo, the Mabuti Pygmies. They call themselves the Forgotten People. Their slave masters come up to me and say, "What are you here doing with my animals?"
It's so hard for us to realize that some people on the planet right now in 2023 don't have clean drinking water and basic infrastructure to survive. But this is a real problem, and there are real solutions. We just have to look into our hearts, you and me, and realize that even as one person, we may not solve the whole problem, but we can make a difference.
Congo is one of the regions in Africa which has a lot of fresh water, but people are dying from waterborne disease.
Consider the simplicity of $5. Now to you, it could just be a morning cup of coffee. But to the Batwa Pygmies of Western Uganda, it literally can be the difference between life and death.
It's worth everything to struggle, to grit, to fight. We have to fight.
Please break away from the noise just for a second. Together with us, we can open up our hearts if we click the link www.thekarmaproject.life and recognize that we can make a difference.
If you're ready to get started, let's begin. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's begin our practice today by setting an intention, placing your hands at your heart, and dedicating our practice today to the energy of ahimsa, nonviolence. In a time when there is so much darkness around us in the external world, we have the power to cultivate the light from within. So today I ask you to call in that light, to call in that divine energy within you, and let it shine out of your heart and out into the world around you, to all living beings that deserve freedom, happiness, and love. And on your next breath, let's reach both of our arms up to the sky. And then go ahead and take a nice side stretch, releasing one hand down, making sure both of your sit bones are grounded on the mat. Feel free to close your eyes here and just start connecting with that breath. With each exhalation, allowing yourself to fall a little bit further down to the side, creating that space along the side body. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Another deep breath in. And exhale, switch to the other side. So same thing, reach the other arm all the way up and over. Staying grounded on the mat. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. You're breathing deeply into those intercostal muscles, the muscles in between your rib cage. Expanding the space, creating space in your heart and your body. Letting go of that tension, constriction. Welcoming another deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly come back to center. Let's go back to that first side one more time. Reaching your left arm all the way over. And then see if you can bring that left foot to the ground at this time. Left knee pointed up to the sky. And then reach forward with your body. And then let's take a bind here. You're going to take your left arm through and then see if you can connect both hands behind your back. bind it, and then look up to the sky over your right shoulder. If this is too difficult, you can just keep your left hand in front and reach your right arm up to the sky like so. Otherwise, do your best and attempt the bind. Whatever variation you choose to take, close your eyes once again. Breathe deeply, welcome that oxygen into the body. Stay with that intention today. So focusing how we can be a greater light in this world. And the light that we can shine starts from within. So this work right now that you're doing is deepening that inner connection within you so you can shine brighter into the world. Awesome, you guys. Now, once you're ready to release, go ahead and release the bind, or simply just come back to that seated position. Reach the arms back up, and then simply taking the same thing to the other side. So now your left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over, maybe look up. Stay grounded. And then from here, once you're ready, you're going to lift that knee, placing the right foot on the floor. And then take your bind. So right arm comes through the legs. You're holding on to both hands, opening into your bind, looking up over your shoulder. And of course, taking the modified version without the bind and simply keeping your right hand in front of you and reaching your left arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Inhaling and exhaling up. Really opening through that hip, through the side body. Awesome, my friends. Release the bind and then slowly return back over to your seated position. You can move slowly here, just take a breath for a moment, returning back to that center, and then transitioning over to our hands and knees. Good. From here, tuck your toes under and sit over towards your heels, reaching both arms up to the sky, interlacing your fingers and then pointing the index fingers up. By keeping your toes tucked under, you should feel a really beautiful stretch through the toes here. And then continue to reach up to the sky with your index fingers, allowing that lengthening sensation through the spine. Beautiful. Take the arms behind your back at this time, interlace all fingers, open the chest, and then guide the forehead all the way down into a child's pose with the arms reaching up to the sky. Good. You can keep your hips on the heels or just slightly hovered, whatever feels good. Good. Feel that nice stretch through the shoulders. Keep reaching those knuckles up to the sky. And then slowly come back up. Reaching both arms back up to the sky. And then shifting over to our hands and knees position, coming into our cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck that chin to the chest, bringing in mobility into the spinal cord. Exhale, release. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin to the chest. Inhale, tuck your toes, and then slowly lift all the way up into downward facing dog. Good. Let's just take some time here to really feel this downward dog. Be loving to yourself through this posture and give yourself the necessary time that you need to release any tension that you may feel in the back of your legs. Feel free to pause this video to hold longer, or exhale, come forward into your high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, forward into plank. So we're continuing with the movement. If you need a little more time on the stretch, pause and come back to this. Back to plank and downward facing dog. Awesome. Slowly roll through into high plank, navel to the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come through into high plank, chaturanga. Release the toes, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift up. Release the toes back into downward facing dog. Good. Deep breath into your body. Exhale. Allow yourself to go deeper. Elongate that neck. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the heels and then begin to walk your feet to the very front of your mat. Releasing your body over into forward fold and then start to roll up nice and gently. Up to standing, reaching both arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Reach both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly roll yourself back up. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer. And then place them over top of your heart. Let's close our eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths, connecting back to that intention. Feeling that heart beating in your chest, vibrating that energy of love and joy and kindness. Allowing this energy to radiate out into the world. Let's take our next breath now and reach your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, index fingers pointed up. Throw your head back and then begin to back bend as far as you can with that upper body. Allow yourself to open through that heart center and then exhale, dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, from here you're going to step back with your right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Bend the front knee. Drop your right knee to the ground and lift your arms up into your low lunge, making sure the left knee stays directly over top of your ankle, extending through those elbows, opening through that hip flexor. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling that opening through the hip, through the chest, through the shoulders. Keep reaching up to the sky for one more breath in. Keep your back toes tucked under. And then on your next exhale, you're going to transition up into high lunge. Extend the arms out to the side. Bring them forward back into the heart. Lift that back knee off the mat and open. Feeling yourself grounded and powerful and connected as you take another breath. And then exhale, push your hands away from you, place them onto the mat. And then shift your weight to that left foot, lifting your right leg up. Taking a warrior 3 variation with your hands down on the floor. So just the legs doing the warrior 3. And then bend that top knee, extend it, and then kick it back into that warrior 3. So it's almost like a very slow motion bicycle pedal that you're doing with that straight leg. So bend, bring it in. You hover it above the floor and then you flex and push away. Bend, bring it in, and then push and extend. Then from here, simply opening the hips, stacking right up over left. Keep your left fingers grounded and reach your right arm up to the sky into your half moon. Your gaze can stay down. Your leg that's extended, the foot is flexed there. Opening here and holding. Deep breath in. Good, stay supported, bend that front knee, and then cartwheel the arms into warrior 2. So stepping that right foot to the back of your mat, extending the front knee, opening the palms of your hands towards the front, and then opening into your Trikonasana triangle, releasing your left fingertips to the mat. Right arm reaches up to the sky. So now you really want to think of that alignment in the shoulders, as well as keeping the hips open. Breathing deep into that side body, into those intercostal muscles. Breathing in deeply and exhaling softly. Breathe in. And exhale, slowly come up. Bending your front knee. Warrior 2. Cartwheeling forward. And then lift back into that warrior 3 variation with the hands on the mat, flexing the right foot. And then slowly bend both knees. Bring that back leg all the way through into the front, holding onto the knee, circling that right ankle in your balancing pose here. Releasing any constriction in the ankle joint. Nice little circles. Good. And then placing your right ankle on top of your left knee. Hands come back into that Samastiti Anjali Mudra. And then begin to sink down into your standing pigeon pose. So either having your hands in front of you, or you can keep them on the mat for a little more stability if you need it. And with each exhalation, just really think about allowing yourself to melt a little bit deeper, feeling that opening sensation through the right glute muscle. Awesome. And then from here, just release. Extend your leg, and that right leg now is going to swing and come all the way up into your standing split. Now this posture sounds very intimidating, but I don't want you to feel intimidated at all. If it's within your practice, you can of course grab that ankle and come into a full standing split. However, since this is advanced, you can just keep both hands on the floor and lift that back leg as high as you can for today. Good. Once you're done, slowly place the feet together, bend your knees, and roll up gently up to standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, 2 steps back into high plank position. Let's flow it out. Pull the navel into the spine. Chaturanga Dandasana. Release the toes, upward facing dog. And exhale, press and take it back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale out. Connect to your body, connect to your heart, connecting to your breath in this very present moment that you're in. Allowing yourself to release any negative energy with each exhale, and welcome positive energy with each inhale. Inhale, let's lift the heels, bend your knees, hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up tall. Reach both of your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, dive forward into your forward fold. Once again, we stand up tall, bend your elbows, and just release with those knees bent to the mat. Making this as fluid as you like. And with each exhale, just imagining you're releasing all that stagnant, unwanted energy that may be in your heart right now. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in Samastiti, and then back to your heart. Let's close our eyes and just take this opportunity to connect to that beating heart within us one more time, reminding us of this beautiful life that we live, that we have, this pranic energy that is vibrating within you, your life force. Let's take this moment and say thank you. Thank you for our body, for our health, for this practice, for this moment with ourselves. When you're ready, on your next breath, reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers, index fingers up as you open, and just arch back as much as you're comfortable. And then slowly back to center. Dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, this time you're going to step your left leg all the way to the back of your mat. Drop your knee down to the floor and reach both arms up into your low lunge, extending through the elbows, index fingers pointing up, holding this low lunge position. Feel this opening sensation through the left hip flexor. Right knee on top of your right ankle. If you can find your balance, I encourage you to close your eyes here. Just connect inward. Notice every sensation, every breath that is working through you right now. Another deep breath in, and then exhale, hands come to your heart. Push the hands away from you, and then bring the arms forward. As you lift that back knee off the mat, hands come back to the heart, holding your crescent lunge with your hands at your heart. Feeling this energy through the ground up, and then reach forward. Hands back to the floor, and then transitioning over to that front right foot, left leg reaches back. Flexing your left foot, bending the left knee. Bring it in, extend, and push away for one. So that pedal of the left leg and back up. So you bend the knee, you bring it in, tuck that chin, and then extend and push away. Nice and gentle, staying aware with that connection of the breath and the movement. Hold it here, and then go ahead and open up your hips. Stack left hip over right at this time. Left arm reaches up into your half moon. Keeping your gaze down. If If you want to challenge yourself, you can try and balance just on your fingertips of your right hand, or even placing your right hand at your heart. If that's too much, keep the entire palm of your hand, or even on a prop like a block if you have any or you're using already. Bend that front knee, step your left foot back, and then transitioning right into our Warrior Two, just for our breath, get nice and deep. Open the palms, extend the front knee, reach with your right fingers forward, and then open into your Trikonasana, triangle pose. Another wonderful way to open up through that side body. So breathing deeply into any constriction you may feel through the hip, through the obliques, through the shoulder. And just keep reaching, keep breathing. Use your breath as your guiding force here to go a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, bring your gaze down. Bring yourself back up. Bend the front knee. And then cartwheel your way back over towards that first position with your left leg up, bending both knees, and then transition up to standing by bringing your left knee now at this time to your belly button. Hold on to the knee, and then circle that ankle. Circular motions to the left, and then placing your left ankle top of the right knee, bending the right knee, coming down to your standing pigeon. Again, feel free to release your hands to the floor if that's easier to find your balance. Or if you want a little more of a challenge, keep those hands at your heart center or in front of you in prayer position. Paying attention to all the sensations that are happening through the left glute muscle at this time, your left hip. Breathing deeply. And then exhale, let's let go. Release. Extend your left leg and then bring it all the way through and all the way up to your full split or full standing split. So full standing split is you're trying to get your forehead to your shin or your knee. Your left leg is reaching up. If you are comfortable with this and want to go further, the next step is to grab onto that right ankle. But like I said before, this is quite advanced. So if you like, just keep your hands down on the mat and reach your leg up as high as you can. Once you're ready to release, bring both feet down and slowly roll yourself up to standing one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take 2 steps back into your high plank position. Chaturanga. Release the toes, upward facing dog. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale out. Good, just connecting back to your breath, to your body, to that center, that intention. Connecting back to your heart. As you slowly lift the heels, and then bring your knees down, cross your ankles, and then meet me along the mat wherever you like in a seated position. Feet crossed in front of you, sit bones are grounded. Find your center, and let's finish off this practice with a couple of deep breaths by placing our hands onto our heart. Inhaling into your belly, into your ribs, into your chest, and then exhaling all that energy down into the earth. Allowing yourself to feel connected, to feel grounded and peaceful. We're going to finish off our practice today with a beautiful mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which translates to may all living beings live happy and free, and may my words and actions contribute to that freedom and happiness of all. So place your hands together in front of your heart, close your eyes, and simply repeat after me, out loud or in your mind. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all living beings everywhere around the world live happy and free. And may my words, actions, and thoughts contribute to that freedom and happiness of all. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I just wanted to let you know that the outfit that I was wearing in this practice is from our new eco-sustainable apparel line called Awakened Bohemian. We got yoga pants, we got yoga tops made out of recycled water bottles, made in the USA, and we are extremely proud of this line. So if you guys want to learn more, go to awakenedbohemian.com. Now with that, I'll see you in our next class.
What was the tipping point?
I felt so small and the problem so big that I was like, what am I supposed to do about this? What are we supposed to do about this? Who could do anything about this? And the vision I got were like, I think visually, and the picture I got in my mind was I could work my whole life here, and it's like trying to empty the ocean with an eyedropper. And what's that going to do? Will they even notice? Will I even notice? Well, it doesn't matter. And I told Caleb that, and Caleb's like, dude, every one of those drops symbolize like a human heart.